Welcome to Smart English School, the place where we turn your English learning journey into an exciting, inspiring, and effective adventure. Whether you're starting your first steps in English or you've been learning for years, you're in the right place. Here, our goal is simple: to help you improve faster, speak more confidently, and enjoy every moment of the process. Today, we are going to explore one of the most powerful techniques I have ever taught: the shadowing method. It is a method used by thousands of language learners all over the world, from complete beginners to advanced speakers, and it works across any language you want to master. But in this episode, we're going to focus on how you can use it to transform your English speaking skills. By the time you finish watching this video, you will have a clear understanding of exactly what shadowing is, why it works so incredibly well, how to apply it step by step in your own practice, and the most common mistakes that learners make so you can avoid them from day one. You'll also hear some of my own tips and insights from years of teaching English to learners just like you. And here's the best part: this is not just theory. In our next video, we're going to put everything into action with a full shadowing practice challenge. That will be your chance to join me in real time, practicing with carefully selected sentences that are designed to boost your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. Think of today's episode as your training plan, the roadmap that will prepare you for the workout that's coming next. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and maybe even make yourself a cup of tea or coffee. Let's begin our journey into the shadowing method and discover why it has helped so many learners finally speak English naturally, fluently, and with confidence. Chapter 2: Why Shadowing Works. Shadowing is like a gym workout, but instead of lifting weights for your muscles, you're training your mouth and ears. Imagine each practice session as a set of exercises that strengthen the way you listen, the way you speak, and the way your brain processes English. Just like physical fitness, language fitness comes from repeated, targeted training. One of the biggest benefits of shadowing is how it improves your pronunciation and accent without forcing you to memorize complex phonetic charts. By listening closely to a native or fluent speaker and copying them in real time, your mouth naturally begins to shape sounds more accurately. Over time, you start producing those sounds without thinking, the same way you don't think about each movement when you walk. Shadowing also supercharges your listening comprehension. In a real conversation, words don't always sound the same as they do in a dictionary. They blend together, some sounds disappear, and the pace can feel fast. When you shadow, you're training your brain to keep up with these natural patterns, so when you talk to real people, you can catch words and phrases more easily. Another reason shadowing works so well is that it builds your fluency and speed in speaking. Because you're speaking while listening, you learn to think and talk at the same time, a skill that's essential for holding smooth conversations without awkward pauses. You stop translating in your head and start responding naturally. Then there's the confidence factor. Many learners feel nervous speaking spontaneously, worrying about mistakes or long silences. Shadowing creates a safe environment to practice speaking without that pressure. The more you shadow, the more comfortable you feel hearing your own voice in English, and that confidence transfers to real life situations. Finally, shadowing helps you master the rhythm, stress, and intonation of English, the music of the language. This is what makes you sound natural rather than robotic. By imitating not just the words, but also the melody and flow of a sentence, you start to communicate with more emotion, clarity, and impact. Shadowing isn't magic, it's training. But when you combine consistent practice with focused attention, the results can be truly transformative. Chapter 3: Common Misconceptions. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to clear up a few common myths about the shadowing method. These misunderstandings often stop people from even trying, and that's a shame, because shadowing can benefit learners at every stage. The first myth is shadowing is only for advanced learners. This couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, advanced learners can use shadowing to polish their fluency and refine their accent, but beginners can benefit just as much. You don't have to start with complex speeches or fast conversations. Even if you only know a handful of basic phrases, you can shadow short, simple sentences at a slower pace. Over time, those small, manageable steps build your skills layer by layer until you're ready for more challenging material. The second myth is You must understand everything before you can shadow. While understanding the meaning of what you're saying is important, it's not necessary to understand every single word from the very beginning. Shadowing is about training your ear and your mouth to work together in real time. You can start with partial understanding, focusing first on the rhythm and pronunciation. As you repeat and hear those sentences again and again, the meaning will naturally become clearer. In fact, one of the hidden benefits of shadowing is that comprehension often improves automatically as your brain becomes familiar with the patterns of English. The third myth is it's just copying sounds. Yes, you are imitating the speaker, but it's far more than simple imitation. Shadowing is active training. It forces you to listen deeply, process language quickly, and produce speech almost instantly. It develops your listening comprehension, strengthens your pronunciation, and improves your fluency all at the same time. If you treat it as an active, mindful exercise, you'll notice progress in multiple areas of your English, not just how you sound. So, if any of these myths have been holding you back, it's time to let them go. Shadowing is for everyone, at any level, with any accent, and with any goal in mind. Chapter 4: How to do shadowing, step by step. Now that we've explored what shadowing is, why it works, and cleared up the common misconceptions, it's time to talk about the most important part: how to actually do it. If you follow these steps, you'll set yourself up for fast, steady progress and avoid the frustrations many learners face when they try shadowing without a clear plan. Let's start with preparation. Think of this as choosing the training equipment for your language workout. You want to work with audio that you genuinely enjoy, something that holds your attention and feels interesting. It could be a podcast episode, an audiobook chapter, a famous speech, or even your favorite TV show or movie scene. The more you like the content, the easier it will be to stick with the practice. If possible, pick something that comes with a transcript or subtitles. Having the written text will make it easier to check tricky words, understand the meaning, and notice how written English transforms into spoken English. And most importantly, choose material that matches your current level. If it's too easy, you won't grow. If it's too hard, you'll feel frustrated and give up. You want something that challenges you just enough to keep you engaged without overwhelming you. Once you have your material, it's time to go through the 3 stages of shadowing. Stage 1 is listening only. This is where you sit back, press play, and simply listen. Your focus here is on understanding the context, the meaning, and the pronunciation. Notice how the speaker's voice rises and falls, how words connect, and how some sounds disappear in fast speech. Don't speak yet. This is your warm-up phase, training your ear to recognize the patterns. Stage 2 is slow shadowing. Now, you start speaking along, even if you can't keep up perfectly. You might choose to slow down the audio slightly if your player allows it. The goal here is to match the sounds, the rhythm, and the stress patterns, but without rushing. At this stage, you're building coordination between your brain and mouth, like learning the basic moves of a dance before speeding up. Stage 3 is real-time shadowing. This is the ultimate goal, speaking along with the audio at full speed, matching the tone, speed, and emotion as closely as possible. At first, it will feel intense, but with practice, it becomes smoother. This is where you develop fluency, the ability to speak without pausing to think, because your mouth and brain are moving together in sync. Now, let's talk about a few tips for success to make your shadowing practice even more effective. Start with short clips. 10 to 20 seconds is enough in the beginning. You can always work your way up to longer sections as you improve. Focus on chunks of language, groups of words that naturally go together, rather than thinking word by word. This will make your speech sound more natural and connected. When you make a mistake, resist the temptation to stop the audio and fix it right away. Keep going, even if you stumble. The aim is to build flow, not perfection in one attempt. You can always replay and improve on the next round. And finally, record yourself. This is one of the most powerful tools for progress. Listening back will help you hear exactly where you're strong and where you need more work. And comparing your recording to the original will show you how far you've come. Shadowing is a skill that develops with time, patience, and consistent effort. Follow these steps, and you'll soon find yourself speaking more smoothly, confidently, and naturally than you ever thought possible. Chapter 5: Types of Shadowing. Now that you know how shadowing works step by step, let's explore the different styles of shadowing you can try. Just like in a gym, where you can train the same muscle in different ways, each variation of shadowing targets slightly different skills. You can use one or mix them depending on your goals and your level. The first style is full sentence shadowing. In this approach, you listen to a complete phrase or sentence and repeat it in its entirety, exactly as you heard it. This is great for practicing flow and rhythm because you train yourself to keep the sentence connected from start to finish without chopping it into awkward pieces. It's especially useful for learners who want to focus on sounding natural in longer stretches of speech. The second style is phrase by phrase shadowing. Here, you break the audio into smaller, more manageable pieces. You listen to a short phrase, maybe just a few words, and then repeat it before moving on. This method is perfect for beginners or for working on difficult sentences because it allows you to slow down, focus on accuracy, and make sure you're pronouncing each part correctly before combining them. Think of it as learning a song line by line before singing the whole chorus. Next, we have overlapping shadowing. This is the classic version most people think of when they hear shadowing. You speak at the same time as the speaker without pausing, almost like you're their voice's shadow. There are no gaps. You're matching their words in real time. This is the most challenging style because it demands fast listening, quick processing, and immediate speaking. But it's also one of the best ways to build fluency and reduce hesitation in your speech. Finally, there's silent shadowing. In this variation, you mouth the words silently without producing sound at first. The focus here is entirely on mouth position, lip movement, and shaping the sounds correctly. It's a gentle way to warm up, especially if you're shy or nervous about speaking out loud. Once you've done a round of silent shadowing, you can go back and speak the words normally, and you'll often find that your pronunciation is cleaner and more precise. Each of these styles has its place. You might start with phrase by phrase shadowing to master the pronunciation, then move to full sentences for flow, then challenge yourself with overlapping to boost your speed, and use silent shadowing as a warm up or fine tuning exercise. By mixing these approaches, you can make your practice both effective and interesting, keeping your motivation high while targeting all areas of your speaking ability. Chapter 6: Common Mistakes to Avoid. Before you jump in and start shadowing, it's important to know about a few common mistakes that can slow down your progress, or even make you feel like shadowing doesn't work. The good news is, once you're aware of these pitfalls, they're easy to avoid. The first mistake is picking audio that's too advanced. Many learners get excited and choose a fast movie scene, a complicated TED Talk, or a podcast full of unfamiliar vocabulary right from the start. While challenging yourself is good, choosing material that's far beyond your level can be discouraging. You might spend more time feeling lost than actually practicing. Instead, choose audio that's just a little above your comfort zone, enough to push you, but still understandable. As your skills improve, you can gradually move to faster, more complex material. The second mistake is speaking without really listening. Shadowing isn't just about making sounds. It's about absorbing the rhythm, tone, and pronunciation from the speaker. If your focus is only on your own voice, you'll miss important details in theirs. Think of it like dancing with a partner. You need to pay attention to their movements so you can stay in sync. Always keep one ear tuned closely to the speaker, even as you speak. The third mistake is focusing only on speed instead of accuracy. Yes, the goal of shadowing is to speak in real time, but speed without clarity is useless. If you're rushing and mispronouncing every other word, you're training bad habits into your speech. It's much better to start slowly, get the pronunciation and rhythm right, and then gradually increase your pace. Remember, accuracy first, speed second. And finally, one of the biggest mistakes of all is practicing only once in a while. Shadowing is like going to the gym. Doing one long session once a month won't make you fit. The real progress comes from shorter, consistent sessions. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can bring better results than one long session every few weeks. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns shadowing into a powerful habit. Avoid these 4 traps, and your shadowing practice will be smoother, more enjoyable, and far more effective. Chapter 7: Making shadowing a daily habit. One of the best things about shadowing is that you don't need to spend hours doing it every day to see results. In fact, just 5 to 15 minutes of focused shadowing practice can make a real difference to your English over time. The key is not the length of each session, but the regularity of your practice. Think of it like watering a plant. A little water every day keeps it healthy, but if you pour a bucket on it once a month, it won't thrive. A great way to integrate shadowing into your life is to use it as a warm up before conversations. If you know you're about to have a meeting in English, talk to a friend, or join an online class, spend 5 minutes shadowing a short piece of audio. This will wake up your mouth and ears, so you start the conversation already warmed up, confident, and ready to speak. Another tip is to track your progress by recording yourself once a week. Choose the same short piece of audio and shadow it at the start of each week. Save the recordings and listen back after a month. You'll be amazed at how much clearer, smoother, and more confident you sound, even if you didn't notice the progress day by day. These recordings will become your personal success story, showing you that your effort is paying off. To get the most benefit, combine shadowing with other learning methods. After your shadowing session, you might spend a few minutes writing sentences using the new words you heard or reading a related article to reinforce your comprehension. And of course, try to speak with real people as much as possible, whether it's friends, language partners, or classmates. Shadowing builds the skill, but real conversations are where you put it into action. The more you weave shadowing into your daily routine, the more natural it will feel, just like brushing your teeth or making your morning coffee. Over time, it stops being practice and becomes simply the way you interact with English. Chapter 8, Example, Live Demonstration. Now that we've talked about what shadowing is, why it works, and exactly how to do it, let's try a quick demonstration together so you can see the method in action. This isn't the full practice challenge that will come in our next video, BD, but it will give you a taste of what shadowing feels like. Here's how it will work. I'll say a short sentence at a natural, normal speed, just like you'd hear it in a real conversation. The first time, I want you to simply listen carefully. Don't speak yet. Pay attention to the rhythm of my voice, where I pause and which words I stress. Then the second time, we'll do slow mode shadowing together. I'll speak more slowly, giving you just a little extra time to shape the words clearly and get comfortable with the sounds. This stage is all about accuracy and coordination, matching my pronunciation without feeling rushed. Finally, we'll move to full speed shadowing. This time, you'll speak with me at normal pace, matching my tone, my stress, and my rhythm as closely as possible. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Remember, the goal is flow. Let's try it with our first sentence. Listen only. Small steps every day lead to big results. Slow shadowing. Small steps every day lead to big results. Full speed shadowing. Small steps every day lead to big results. And that's it. You've just experienced a mini version of shadowing. Even in this short demo, you've trained your listening, your pronunciation, and your fluency all at the same time. Imagine what will happen when you practice this regularly for just a few minutes each day. Chapter 9, Closing and Call to Action. So that's the shadowing method, simple in concept, but incredibly powerful if you practice it consistently. You now know what it is, why it works, how to do it step by step, the different styles you can try, and the mistakes to avoid. You've even had a small taste of what shadowing feels like in our quick demonstration, but theory alone won't change your English. The magic happens when you actually do the practice. And that's exactly what we're going to do together in our next video. In video 2, Shadowing Challenge Practice with Me, I'll be your personal coach and guide you through a full, real-time shadowing workout. We'll practice with carefully chosen sentences that are designed to train your pronunciation, boost your listening skills, improve your fluency, and build your confidence step by step. You'll speak along with me, just like in our demo, yeah. But this time, you'll get more repetition, more variety, and more chances to master the rhythm and flow of English. Make sure you subscribe to Smart English School right now so you don't miss it. And turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when the challenge video is live. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one English phrase you'd like to shadow with me in the challenge video? Drop it in the comments below. Your sentence might even be included in the next session. And remember, you don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start. Don't wait until you feel ready, because that day might never come. Start today, even with just 5 minutes, and let's build your fluency together. I'll see you in video 2, the Shadowing Challenge. Practice with me, which will be posted right here on our channel very soon. Get ready, because that's when the real transformation begins.